Luther is a TV show that I've never seen anything like. Never. And that's what we're talking about today. Because I was scrolling through stuff and I found Tubi, which is a great streaming place. It's free, it's great, it's got good stuff. And I was like, I need to watch something. I'm in the mood of something dark. And there was Luther. And I heard about Luther and I was worried. And I was like, is this going to be just like anything else? And next thing you know, I finished like 4 episodes. And they're like 6 in the entire first season, but it's like I finished the first 4 in the first day and I was just hooked. And now, so I wanted to do a review on this show. So this show is basically centered around Idris Elba's DCI Luther and how he tackles crimes and everything. And at first glance it seems very much something that is, in the tropes. And because I've watched tons of these shows, and even though I love them, this genre of detective shows or detectives in general is very tropey, where the detective is basically this overall genius. He's good, and then he's got supporting characters, but he knows all of this, and then it's this classic background, or they're like robots, they're strange people and everything. And this is a reinvention. This is not like your conventional detective story. It's very much its own thing, but it takes those tropes, it takes everything you know about this genre, or something like Sherlock or something like Monk, which aren't bad shows, but they lean into those tropes. This reinvents them, and that's why this has become one of probably my favorite shows of all time, because it's so unlike all the other shows. And I'm not gonna go like full spoiler. I will touch on spoilers, but I'm not gonna like go and review each and every episode. But I will say what I loved so far of the first season, and why I think this is so brilliant. And first off is Idris Elba. Okay, like Idris Elba is a brilliant actor. You can in anything, even if it's a terrible movie, he's always brilliant. He's a brilliant actor, and he does a great job of bringing this character to life, because this is not like other conventional characters, right? Luther is a character who deals with the dark side within him while confronting everything that's happening in each and every episode. And basically, at this point, because I haven't gone beyond season 1 yet, the thing is that he is very obsessed with his job. He is, in his job, he doesn't like criminals, obviously, when he's a cop, but still, like, he is always in the pursuit of justice. But at the same time, he's very dark in the way where the opening scene, and this is a little bit of spoiler, and it's not that big because it doesn't connect. It's just to show how weird and dark he is the fact that he's trying to find this killer who's a serial killer. And so what he does is that he finds him, and they're like in this building or something, and he's about to fall. The killer's about to fall. So he needs to find out where this girl is locked up, otherwise she'll die. So he doesn't bring him back up. He waits, and he's like, tell me. And he finally tells him, and then he lets him drop. And he doesn't die, but he's in like a coma and stuff. So it brilliantly shows that this guy, he is trying to do the right things, but at the same time, he's dealing within the dark side, that for some reason, whenever something happens to somebody, it deeply affects him more than it affects anybody else that he needs to pursue. And on this also, his wife, Zoe, and him have separated. Like, they're still husband and wife, but they're not living together. They're probably gonna get a divorce, and his wife has liked someone else, and she's kind of like dating him and love. She's his lover, not in like a fair way, but like in a way that she's been with it. So you see that his personal life is also troubling him, while his inner demons are also fluctuating constantly. So it makes it interesting where our lead character is this morally great character who's constantly in this flux, where he doesn't know what to do, and he doesn't know how to handle all of these things. And it makes a compelling character, because then we don't know that will he snap, will he not snap, how is his character gonna go in this story, and that's what makes it so brilliant, where most of the time these characters, they're often quirky, or like they're just doing this because they love it, like Sherlock, right? Sherlock gets a kick out of it, like an addict, and so he doesn't really care, and so he's done that way, and that's cool too. Like Sherlock is amazing and nothing bad about that, but these tropes that have been around for so long, or like someone like Hercule Poirot, who is basically this guy who's a genius and everything, and that's cool, that's great. But what makes Luther stand out is that even though he's trying to do the right thing, his demons come in the way, his personal life comes in the way, where it's troubling him. Even the songs, the intro songs, is basically like, love is a sin, love is like a sin, my love. That for him, love is kind of like a sin, where it's troubling him, it's giving him pain. And so it's like, does he really need to be good, or should he leave this? Another great part is the story. There are different types of mystery stories, right? There are whodunits, which is like basically in the name, or something like Knives Out, where you have a cast of characters and anyone could have done it for multiple reasons and motives, and so you have to find out. There are those stories. Then there's something like Jack Reacher or Tom Clancy kind of stuff, where you have mysteries, or something like that, where it's related to a crime or something. And then you have something like Seven, like the movie Seven, where it's like really dark, serial killer stories, or many times like something happens, or in various different, like a politician nearly gets killed, or this or that, and like a police officer, or like Sherlock or something, has to solve those things. Now all these different types of mysteries, that they're all good and incredible, but what makes Luther stand out is that Luther, he finds out who the killer is, and then he plays games. And by games, he's trying to find a way to hit them back, try to get them to fall. And it's so brilliantly done, where it switches that tropes on itself. And so instead of becoming a show that where it constantly has to focus on the fact that who's done it, how can we do this better than last time, it does an entirely new thing, that where Luther is being affected by everything else. So it becomes much more, instead of a detective story, it becomes Luther's story, and how he is trying to go against these people, how he's trying to stop these people. And Luther himself is brilliant, but alongside he's got brilliant side characters like Ripley, he's kind of like under him, like he's also a detective, but he's not like a DCI like him. He is supporting him, he's with him, but he's also at times questioning Luther's motives, and the way he's doing is that this is not the way we are not criminals, or we are not like this. How do you do stuff like this? And that's what makes this so brilliant, where all these side characters, like his boss Rose, is also questioning, and they all feel that Luther is very much on the edge. He's constantly on this edge, and you see how they're trying to see how he looks at the world, and we see that. And they're brilliant characters. There's another character called Alice, and she is, I think, the best side character in this show. She is the best side characters in this first season, because I haven't seen the rest of the seasons yet, but she does this brilliant thing, and you'll see, because she was in the first episode, because I'm not gonna spoil why she's in here and how she's in here, but the reason why she's in here, once you find that out, you'll see that she is pretty much unlike any other character, and that's what makes her intriguing, where she's also interested in John. And so that's why I love this show, because it's basically becomes from a detective show on characters, on like people, on like mysteries. It focuses on these people. It's a character study of Luther, and that's why I fell in love with this intriguing concept. So yeah, I'm gonna continue watching it, but this is such a great season that I wanted to make a standalone review on it, because it's obviously popular, and it has won it has critical acclaim and everything, and it deserves that. But I wanted to make a review on it. So if you stuck this long, thank you. Keep watching. We got more stuff coming, because I have summer now, so I can do more videos, because I'm busy like 10 months. But yeah, thank you. Keep watching. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching.